Hello, welcome to the Craig Dallas Rice Show. Today we're going to be talking about Makerspace. What is a Makerspace? We're going to find out. My guest is Johnny Bolster, and he's the Chief Coordinator at Make It So, the Monadnock Makerspace. Now Johnny's running a little late, but he did send Blueberry. So welcome to the show, Blueberry. You're going to stay until Johnny gets here, right?
Yeah, they let me out in public. I'm really excited to be here. The Makerspace is such an important place to me in my heart because I was made there. I was created by the, at sometimes overly creative mind of Johnny Bolster, and I'm so grateful that he is that way because without that, I just wouldn't be.
Hey, do you eat a lot of blueberries? Because it looks like maybe it's having an effect on your complexion.
No, I had some of that Willy Wonka gum. Delicious stuff. It turns you blue like the Dickens.
Well, I have to say, it's good to have you here, Blueberry. And you say you were made completely at the Makerspace?
That's right. Everything that you see here was either cut or created there at the Makerspace. Of course, the fabric came from local distributors, but much of the tools that were available there made it possible for me to come into being.
Well, you look great for Halloween. I don't know if you plan on going to a party to be involved in the Halloween celebrations, but you certainly will make a hit.
Well, when you look like this, every day is Halloween, isn't it?
Right. Hey, I think I hear Johnny's voice. I think Johnny might be here. Could you go get Johnny?
Sure thing, Craig.
All right, Blueberry. Well, I think Johnny's here. And Johnny! Hey, welcome to the show.
Man, I had to sprint here, man. The traffic got into gridlock. I had to get out of the car, leave the car there, and just run.
I know.
Oh,
It's
man.
getting crazy with all the construction around here.
Did you see that blue bear run out of here?
Yeah, I did, didn't he? I
He's
thought
a
he,
wild animal, and
Yeah.
nearly knocked me right over.
Well, hopefully he's not involved in any hunting accidents.
Yeah, don't give that guy a gun.
Yeah. Well, hey, Johnny, just tell us a little bit about what is a makerspace, and how did you get things started here in Keene?
Well, I started here in Keene a long time ago. I came with high hopes at Keene State College to be an educator, and got involved with the product design program that they offer there, which is fantastic. Shout out to Lisa Hicks, who's a marvelous professor and taught me everything I know, and I'm able to now pass that on to other people.
Great.
But in the course of discussing my interests and finding alternative ways of education, the natural learning method came up, and that kind of coincided with the concept of a makerspace. So somebody put that idea in my head, that a makerspace would be just such a place. And at the time they were doing their project, the champion of that initiative was deciding to leave the area, which is all too common, and so they kind of passed the torch to me, and I ran with it. And luckily, along the way, there were other people that had similar vision, and we really synergized.
Right. Now,
each other.
natural learning, is that like hands-on learning? What is that?
It's all about natural learning, and it's all about basically learning directly from professionals, learning experientially, and having the option to decide when you learn. It's not just about, okay, it's 8 o'clock in the morning, now show up and here's your algebra. It's more like come in when you're ready to be creative, or when you're ready to acquire a new skill or contribute in some way or another. So it's a lot more of this ebb and flow that is kind of is harmonious with the way we tick, essentially.
Well, I gave the viewing audience a little bit of a teaser. I said you're going to tell us about some things that are happening and some things that are that you want to get going as well. Okay.
Sure.
So I've talked to you about this briefly before, and we talked about some things. The makerspace actually is operational now, and but there's also some things that you'd like to see, that you're
Yeah.
going to launch.
Yeah, yeah. At the core, the makerspace, or Make It So as we call it, is sort of a self-fulfilling prophecy, to call it that, is a community resource center for artists, crafters, and innovators of all types, all ages. We provide tools, workspace, and as much knowledge and skills as we can muster as a collective. So as I said, that's the core concept of the whole thing. Outside of that, we've got various tangents that we're working on. One of which is I'm personally really excited about creating a bouldering space where we can do rock climbing, and we'll actually be casting our own rock climbing holds, and we'll be providing people the opportunity to do their own casting and molding and sculpting for that project too. So really fun there.
That's great.
Yeah.
I also know that I've seen something outside there, like a mini golf.
That's right. That's right. That's a project we've been developing progressively from season to season, acquiring more and more AstroTurf to make it kind of fill out. We're looking forward to working with the 365 Cycle Shop there. They have interest in creating something that they could kind of, use their bikes on a little bit. So we're going to be creating a pump track, which will make the mini golf course a lot more interesting as well. Basically, we'll have the AstroTurf rolled out over the pump track with a little side trail that can be ridden on, and people can putt along. So we're sort of thinking about maybe doing like a little like bicycle polo mini golf thing too.
That
it's like
sounds really
sky's the
cool.
limit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Before we go any further, can you tell people if they want to look you up, what kind of ways should they contact you?
Sure. At this point, the most conducive way, I know it's not hugely popular with everybody, but find us on Facebook. Do a simple Google search for Make It So, the Monadnock Makerspace. You'll find us there. Otherwise, just come on down to 12 Eagle Court. We are right behind Good Fortune and Thai Garden, delicious place. We eat there all the time, by the way. And also across from Time Warner Cable, Blue Seal Horse and Buggy. You can triangulate.
Right, you're
based
right
on
off
that.
of Main Street.
Right off of Main Street.
Yes.
Yeah. If you take a left at the bottom of the sort of storefronts of Main Street, you'll find us right out back there as you're heading back towards.
Yeah,
the
you
co-op.
are easy to find.
Yeah.
I
So
can
come
vouch
on
for
by
that.
there, and you'll find us there on occasion. A lot of times we're out doing other stuff. I do a lot of general contracting work. That's another service that we provide there. We looked around and realized we've got every tool in the book, so we might as well put them to good use outside the makerspace,
Right.
as well as inside. So it's provided a nice income stream for the project as well.
Can you tell us a little bit about what kind of tools that you have there?
Sure. We've got approximately 500 hand tools of all different uses. We've also got some more high-tech stuff. Certainly have table saw, a table saw, actually a couple of table saws, a couple in the waiting if the main one breaks down. We do have a bandsaw or two. We have a drill press, got skill saws, sawzall. We have as far as the high-tech stuff goes, we have a CNC router. It's a handheld unit made by Shaper. It's called the Shaper Origin. And basically that allows you to cut out anything you want with precision on any scale and any non-ferrous material, essentially. So it really has opened up our capabilities for doing sign work, for just cutting out yard ornaments, and the like. Actually created a piece here, a little piece of equipment needed a vent cover, and they couldn't obtain it elsewhere. So we just took that and did a little drawing of it and upload the file, and it did all the work, basically.
Right,
So,
right.
Yeah, we do also have a 3D printer.
A
that we can
3D
create
printer,
stuff.
is that a new, something new that you're just
Relatively
acquiring?
new.
Yeah?
Yeah. Oh, to us, definitely new. But it's a technology that's been being developed, and it's getting much cheaper to operate these things. So we're happy to finally have been able to acquire one and
Yes.
putting it to good use. Yeah.
And some of the things that you want to do in the future,
Yeah.
I remember you mentioned a pop-up cafe.
That's right. Yeah, we have a couple of big vision projects. I would say in our phase 2, we're looking at creating a pop-up style cafe / co-working space that'll be free and open to the public 24 hours a day. You'll basically be able to come on in there and open up your laptop, access the internet, have a latte, or if you're interested in actually operating your own cafe space and are a little bit daunted by the cost of undertaking such a venture, we provide a small-scale commercial kitchen space. We will. In our imaginations, we currently do. But where you can come in and you can rent it just like you would the makerspace resources to do woodworking and stuff like that. In this case, you can make smoothies, you can make grilled cheese sandwiches, you can do a lot of different stuff. So,
I can't wait. I can't wait.
Yeah, we're having a good time with it. We're certainly looking to, as the popularity increases, expand the climbing area that we can offer. Doing things at a little bit more high altitude. We're also eager to create a residential space where people who have a fervor for their art or their innovative endeavors can live upstairs for short-term or long-term stays. Also making that available for kind of the bed and breakfast style stay over. If people want an alternative to the hotel scene, they can come and stay the night at the Makerspace.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Now, what about volunteers? Do you have a need for volunteers?
Absolutely.
I did make an appeal while you're on your way here
good.
that people should contact you if they want to get involved.
Thank you. Yeah, we've got more work than we could ever handle ourselves. The big picture of it isn't going to happen without a lot of people on deck. All hands on deck there. So I would just say that come on down. We love volunteers on a need basis. Kind of basis, we offer a work exchange, so we can give you credit for access to the makerspace and the tools that are there. So yeah, just come on down and we can talk about the details, or give us a call. I'm sure we may post that somewhere here potentially.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes.
just look at the bottom of your screen.
Yes, I will do that.
Scrolling message board happening right here.
Yes, it will happen.
Yeah.
Not just in your imagination.
Yeah.
Hey, Blueberry, the bear, said that you had made him.
Oh yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit? How did you do that?
That's the second
It was
one
really
I-
an incredible.
Thanks. That's the second one I ever made. I put some of my product design skills to good use. Back in college, I made a similar bear, and a dear friend of mine asked for me to create one for him this year for Halloween, and I said, "All right, I'll do it." It's not an easy task, but about a little bit of conceptualizing, figuring things out, making sure I was ready to go, and then 10 hours of work, and Blueberry was manifested.
Well, I was really impressed, like the actual fur, if you will. What is that? I mean, is that some stock, like fabric that you just had, or?
Yeah, luckily I had that because that's a blue fur that's been discontinued. You can get similar styles, but apparently the blue isn't available. They've really diminished the color options of that particular material.
And the eyes and the nose. I mean, what did you make those out of?
Well, some of that had to be modified. Luckily, my wife, Helen, was shopping around and got some huge googly eyes. And I was like, well, these are great, but I can't see through them. So I had to do a little modification. I tore off the backs and then the little pupil and replaced those with transparent materials like mesh and so forth, and was able to recreate the googly eye and glue them together and make it all work, so had a good time with it. It's just things like that. Like once you get into the creative flow of things, what needs to be done is very clear, and you kind of just let your hands do the work. In the words of a beloved professor, it was in 3D art or something like that. He said, "Yeah, just let your hands do the work, because they have their own brains in a way. I mean, you can bypass your logical mind just by kind of going autonomic.
Just let the universe guide you, kind of.
Yeah,
right.
like that. And the most incredible things happen when you really just get in the flow like that. So,
Yeah.
So it's great.
One of the things that I think so exciting about Make It So, or any makerspace, I guess, in concept, is that you have creative people that can feed off of each other, give each other ideas, help each other And I find that very, very interesting. It's a real community oriented way to approach things.
Yeah, so many people tell me, I have my own shop in the basement or the garage, but I don't like working alone. I want to be a part of community, and that's what we provide, is a place for people to come in, laugh and chat and share their ideas and collaborate on projects, and it really is our goal to create the word I used earlier of synergy. With coming
Right.
together of potentials into something that's greater than the sum of its parts.
Right.
And yeah.
Right. Now, what about the night owls? I know you're trying to accommodate people who don't have like a normal business hours
Sure.
for when they can come
Sure.
in. Have you opened it up to where part of the makerspace is open like 24 hours yet?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, the whole thing is open 24 hours. If you're a member, you can access the works, the whole 9 yards. If you are not sure you want to get involved as a member officially, we are developing a free maker vestibule where people can come in, again, any hour of the day, and access the basics, a crescent wrench, a screwdriver, something to fix their bike chain, just little stuff like that. We're also going to be providing a free internet station where people will be able to access information safely and essentially be able to do whatever they need to do, get the gist of what they're trying to do, get inspired, and then through the viewport that we're providing in this vestibule, they'll be able to see the wider offering and perhaps
Okay.
get involved
Yeah.
in a more official way.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, I know, from my own experience, I've been involved with helping at one time with the map.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Can you
yes.
tell us a little bit about the map? Because the map is part of the funding.
Sure. Yeah, we produce the portal to art, innovation, and culture, and it's essentially a a picture is worth 1,000 words.
Yeah, do you have one with you?
I have that. I'll just grab that. Real quick.
Great. Okay. So Johnny will be right back with the map. Here's the map.
So you've probably seen this
The
around
portal.
town. It's called the portal. Yeah, and we focus on art, innovation, and culture. It's basically this map of Keene and Brattleboro, and it was a great opportunity to kind of bring together the two sister cities that we have here. I was noticing when I was over there looking for sponsors that there was just too much kind of disdain for the people on the other side of the river.
Well, they
no matter
were,
who you were
they
talking
felt
to.
like they were being sort of a little ignored. I mean,
Maybe,
yeah.
maybe.
But yeah, you opened it up to include Brattleboro.
Right. So the hope with this is it creates some unity,
Yes.
between the two. And
Nice.
of course, we got the whole region here too. So we do that side. People kind of get a kick out of the sort of spacey look about this one. We've had a lot of help from some of the local artists. Mona Adissa Brooks over at the Trumpet Gallery in Peterborough has been a huge help to us. Also, the people down at the what do we call it? The Eismont Design Studios. They have a gallery down on what is it, Route 12?
Yes.
There. Nice having a map when I have to figure out what the difference is
Right.
between 12 and 10. 18 years here, and I always get them mixed up. So we've done this one. That's our third edition for the Monadnock region, and we're doing one. This is our first edition for Portsmouth. So we provided there it is, the downtown view of Portsmouth, and then the seacoast. And we are hoping to expand this as time goes on. Luckily, we've gotten a few sponsors to pay for that publication, and we'll see where it goes.
Right on.
Good faith
Well,
project.
we're about out of time. I hate to say that,
Sorry
but
to hear
this
that.
is a short show. So you have about a minute to if you want to say anything that I haven't already asked you about, or say whatever you want, Johnny.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'd say that the number one thing I could say is that the project that we have in mind here in the future is huge. It's vast. I mean, we're talking about a 70,000 square foot building potentially downtown Keene, providing all kinds of residential space to creative types and storefronts, and talking about doing a dry goods co-op, or sort of like a gopher project where we can buy anything in town for you quickly and cheaply, and that kind of stuff. So we've got a zillion ideas, but to get it there, we really need a vision team. to put together. So if anyone's interested in being a part of this vision team, Make It So really glow, really go, what have you. Insert your adverb there, your verb. Then we encourage you to get a hold of us and be a part of that dialogue.
And once again, probably one of the best ways is to either look for Make It So on Facebook or Google. Just Google Make It So.
Yep.
Or the Monadnock Makerspace.
Right. Or that or just stop on down. If you don't find us, there's little pull tabs right there on the door, and it's got my contact information. Give me a call. Text is the best, most reliable way to reach me quickly. Love to talk to you.
Great. Well, I hope that that you get some response from the people of Keene and in the Keene area, Keene and Brattleboro area.
Right.
And I'll be putting the show on YouTube as well. So there will be more people that might see it after the show airs in a couple of weeks.
We are getting, if I could just say one tiny thing, we are getting together with the entire statewide kind of convention of makerspaces. Coming up in a month.
Great.
So.
Well, listen, that's going to do it for this show. And I would like to say I have a video like I always do at the end of every show. And enjoy the video and come back to see me on the Craig Dallas Rice Show. Rock on, folks. All right. Yeah, this performance is dedicated to my friend Tom Rogers, who passed away a couple of weeks ago from ALS. He was my musical mentor and my dear friend, as well as Steph's friend. So, R.I.P. Tom. This battle line's being drawn, and nobody's right if everybody's wrong. Young people speaking their minds and getting so much resistance from behind. It's time we stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. For the heat, 1,000 people in the street, sing songs and carrying their signs. Most say hooray for our side. It's time to stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. It starts when you're always afraid.
look what's flowing, gotta stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's glowing, gotta stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. We gotta stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going. Gotta stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going. Gotta stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Down, 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 going down. Down, down, yeah. Going down. Thank you very much. Yeah, Tom would like that stuff. Tom always loved it.